here Thursday. Come on in here. We're talking to our upcoming seniors here and their parents now. Another impact of the coronavirus has been the cancellation or postponement of ACTs and SATs. So let's bring in Ibrahim Firat with Firat Education with more on how this is affecting students. Good morning to you, Ibrahim.
Good morning, Sally.
Well, for decades, these tests have been seen as essential to getting into college. So what is the status right now? Have most of them been canceled?
So we know that the SATs have been canceled for the summer. The very next SATs at the end of August. In terms of ACT, the next one is July 18th. But if the June ACT this past weekend is any indication, chances of July ACT happening for students are also pretty slim. It really depends on the location and the test center. So we recommend parents and the students to go online, log on to their accounts and check if their tests have been rescheduled or canceled automatically, because that's what College Board and ACT have been doing without really notifying the families.
And what do you do if your test is canceled? At this point, does it even matter? Because I've seen Ivy League schools saying they're doing away with the mandate. What about Texas schools? Are they requiring test scores?
Yeah, so more and more colleges are opting for test optional now, including 7 of the 8 Ivy League institutions, like you mentioned, and notable colleges such as University of California, Duke, and Stanford. For now, the Texas institutions, like our flagship state universities, have not announced test optional. However, our private universities in Texas have mostly gone test optional as of today.
Now, when you say test optional, Ibrahim, I always tell my kids, if something says optional, you do it. It's not optional in our house. It's mandatory. But what does that mean? Can you just leave it blank if it says optional? Or would you advise students to still try their best to be able to take these tests at some point?
Yeah, that's a good gut feeling you have. And in fact, that's been the advice that we've been giving families. And you just look at the data as well. Test optional is not a new trend. It's been around since 1969. Students have been applying for test optional schools for decades. And it really depends on the school. And about 70% of applicants who apply to a test optional college on average have still submitted test scores. And they do this for 2 reasons. One, they're in absolute need of merit-based financial aid that are typically tied to SAT, ACT scores along with GPA, or they already have a score that's at or above the average score of the college's admitted class from the previous year, so that puts them at an advantage. Therefore, I always advise, submit the test scores if you can, and don't submit if you must.
Okay, that is some good words of advice there from Ibrahim Firat with Firat Education. Thanks for filling us in. A lot of parents and students have questions about this. So we'll talk to you again soon, hopefully. Thanks so much.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.